Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Uniswap. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Also, feel free to check out the previous update on UNI. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. A quick look at the new proposal that was released on the Uniswap Foundation Twitter page. So, just proposal to upgrade Uniswap protocol's governance system. Specifically, this upgrade would reward UNI holders who have staked and delegated their token. So essentially, this talks about the distribution of UNI fees amongst Uniswap token stakers. And obviously, that's a very, very bullish incentive, and everyone's gonna start buying UNI to stake it, to start earning those rewards, because during bull markets, we all know that the fees are gonna be very high, and everyone's gonna want to get a bit of that, a portion of that fee if you're staking. So you can read all about this in great detail, but right now we're gonna jump back into the daily chart. We wanna focus on the charts, and we wanna see what is the next possible step here. So on the daily, you can see we are running into this red resistance block set up between $13 and $9.60. It's set up between these little touches here that we had in 2022 and also in 2021. And we did retest this, as you can see, as resistance all the way back in August 2022. And this was essentially what sent us into this long and very annoying sideways channel. But we ended up breaking above it, back testing a resistance level as support and having a very nice bounce towards the upside. We are above the August high, which is a very important level for us to break. The next one would be the April 2022 high, sitting at $12.50, and we kind of retested that, just perfectly testing that area. And I would say once we are above the red resistance block and we are actually solidifying above it, which means we're going to start printing candles above it and, back testing $13 as support. Once that happens, we can officially state that the bear market bottom for Uniswap has been printed. In fact, it was printed all the way back here in June of 2022 at around about $3.40. Personally, I have been buying Uniswap throughout this entire bear market here. I have been accumulating. We've been making some videos on Uniswap. I kept mentioning it to my patrons, and lo and behold, it exploded finally. Chainlink did the exact same thing, so it's just a matter of time as long as the project is good. And with this incentive for users to buy and stake their Uniswap tokens, I don't think we're going to be dropping back down to these prices of $5 or $6 or even $7, because that would require a lot of selling pressure. And I can only see that happen if we are going to be, in a black swan event, essentially. If a black swan event occurs, we have a massive flash crash. At that point, we could, expect a retest of these lower levels, but otherwise I would not be waiting for a $6 to $7 Uniswap per token. Now, as for this pump over here, we are obviously very overbought, so if you're looking to swing trade, feel free to take some profits here. Not a financial advice. So I'm holding my long-term position. I'm not selling it. However, I did have a swing trade position that I entered at $6.30. Which is somewhere around here, and then I sold at around about $11.12. So almost a 2x there, which is not bad, right? Not bad for a trade. It took me a few months. Obviously, I was in this trade for a few months. It did not matter. The gains were really good. 90+% is really good. And what we need to do now, ideally, is hold $9.50. As long as we can hold this high, this August 2022 high, we should be good for continuation. Now, from the local top there, that is going to be a 25% retracement. In all honesty, I do think we're going to be dropping lower than that, and I do think a retest of $8, worst case scenario, is possible. So worst case scenario, $8 is what we're going to be looking at. Otherwise, I would just, start buying at $9 to $10 just to kind of start building your position. Because if you don't have any tokens right now, this might be your last chance to buy, below $10. So a retest of this yellow block is possible. I can't guarantee that, of course. If you want to set up some buy limit orders, feel free to do that. But essentially what we're doing here is we are targeting these local tops. This was a massive resistance level for a very long time, and we finally broke above it. So naturally a back test of support would be coming. So we could dip slightly below $8 if we are fortunate enough. Otherwise, like I said, I would be targeting $9.50, and then anything below that, the lower we go, the more tokens you buy. It's very, very simple. And if you zoom out from the all-time high, Uniswap is currently only 267% off. For the bear market, we went down a 92% move to all the way down to $3.40, whatever it was, and then from there we are up approximately 275%. So yeah, Uniswap is doing really good. We broke above a major diagonal resistance level here, a very nice back test of support. We are retesting major resistance level from 2022. So once again, as long as we stay above $13, for me the bear market bottom is in. As of right now, this could be a retest of resistance and a rollover from here. And obviously anything can happen. But what I'm saying is that the confirmation for me would be a break above 13 and a back test of that, right? And if we continue flying from there, it's even better. And I'm bullish on Uniswap. Like I said, I'm still holding my long-term position. Let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly, we have a massive Fibonacci retracement setup from the bottom that we printed actually 3 times here on the weekly chart at the exact same price, which is $3.98. And we have our all-time high. The weekly candle closure was at $42.72. We have a technical target from here at $185. Now, whether we get there or not is yet to be seen, of course. We don't know what's going to be happening in the future, but at the very least, I would expect the 1.272 to be met. This is a minimal target for me personally. $81 is something that I would be expecting Uniswap to hit. If we zoom into the chart here, you can see we broke above a major resistance trend line. So this was our support throughout 2023. Then in March, we broke below, had a back test of resistance. We also traded this. I remember that I gave you this, and we had a very nice back test of support there in July, and we created a nice double bottom pattern here, moved to the upside, a higher high. Once again, a retest of the same yellow resistance that was previously our support. And from there, we rolled over onto the 20 EMA and onto the 55 EMA. We created a bullish cross just right now and had a massive explosion above the yellow trend line. So ideally, we want to come back down to the yellow trend line, which is around about $8.50, and continue on from there. And our next target from there would be $17.25, which is the golden ratio and this local resistance that we created back in December 2021. And of course, we have a few touches of support here from summer 2021. So quite an important level there at around about $17. I think that's going to be our next major resistance to break through. And of course, once we solidify above $13, which over here is the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. And I would be expecting a retracement here, but that doesn't mean we cannot continue pumping. We can still have a wick to the upside, Maybe we even get to $17 in a few days, who knows. But just to be more conservative, I would obviously assume we're going to be seeing a rollover here at least to $9.85, which is the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. So that would be your ideal target to get into Uniswap if you still want to get in and not have to wait until we drop down to $7, because that might not happen. Like I said, I don't think we're dropping back down to $7 unless we have a major crash across, the entire market. Taking a look at the oscillators here, you can see that the RSI and the stochastic are getting into the overbought. So personally, once again, this is a signal that now is not the time to be buying, but this does not mean it's the ideal time to be selling, because we're just entering the overbought. We can still do something like this and then have another move to the upside and get to the index of 100 maybe. Who knows? If we take a look at the previous bull market in 2021, we printed a high in February, and then we printed a lower high in April 2021, and from there it was just a downtrend into our bottom in June 2022. Taking a look at the volume here, you can see a massive volume spike due to the bullish governance proposal that we had. So what I would be doing in this situation, if you're looking at the weekly chart, of course, I would be looking for a healthy retest of the 20 EMA. Now, when is that going to come? I don't know, but the EMA is going to start catching up with the price, because obviously the price is a magnet and the EMAs are attracted towards that magnet. So the price is going to be dropping back down towards the 20 EMA. Hopefully we have a nice bullish bounce and a retest from there and a move to the upside, because the 20 EMA is supposed to be your bull market support band throughout this bull market. So we will keep bouncing off of it. Whenever we hit the 20, that's an optimal entry point for you. We're not in a bear market anymore. We're not going to be seeing any overextensions to the downside away from the 20 EMA, unless, once again, we have a flash crash, a black swan event. And per the Fibonacci retracement, once again, the minimal target that I'm looking at personally is $81. And from where we are right now, that is a 571% to the upside, almost a 7x, which in my opinion is very much doable for Uniswap. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have been dollar cost averaging into Uniswap throughout the bear market, because I have and my patrons have been. And let me know what are your targets to the upside. Stay safe and take care.